Welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You're watching Daily Dive. It is Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. At the microphone, I am your host, Michael Carbellis in Guyton, Georgia. Producer Joe is behind the scenes in 5-0, number one in the standings, Banditland, New York. We are live on 12 Sports via YouTube, X, and Roku. Subscribe to the 12 Sports channel on YouTube for other great shows in live sports. And let me just tell you, we are so close to getting paid for the views that we get from YouTube. So the more you tune in and engage, the better we feel and the bigger our pockets get. I agree, Robert Fair. Let's go. We're saving that for another segment, though. Speaking of, on today's awesome show, it's LFG for week number 9. I will revisit my predictions from the season preview. And because memes took the week off, at least for now, I'm going to talk about Mark Matthews being out for the rest of the season. First, we will let you know this show is presented by tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.12 numbers 1, 2, letters OZ Sports. Do I sound better, by the way? Because this is yeah. So on the Spotify, you heard that. I'm sorry, my microphone was not totally on. I was speaking through the webcam. Regardless of that, tickets.12onsports.com. Get your NLL tickets for less by going to that website, which includes all the sports, etc., etc. Tickets.12onsports.com. Boy, that was. I thought I did pretty good for the intro there. Nope, didn't. B C-. Shame on me. Okay, let's get into it. It is time for one of my favorite segments. It's such a simple segment, but such a fun one to do. Let's go for week number 9. Okay, there's only 4 games, and you're like, well, okay, maybe I can just take the week off. Wrong. You are wrong. All times are Eastern, by the way, when I mention these game times. And you might see them occasionally scroll across the bottom of the screen, too. So, on Friday, got 2 late ones. 9 o'clock on Friday, remember Eastern time. That's the last time I'm going to say that. The Rock and the Roughnecks play in Calgary. Toronto is trying to get back on track by spoiling what has looked to be a very hot start. God, I can't speak today. A very hot start for the Calgary Roughnecks. It is very interesting that Calgary, sans Christian Del Bianco, has looked low-key not terrible. Now, granted, I think they've pulled some of those games out of their you-know-where, but wherever that is, they keep on doing it. They're 4-2, which is fine. As you know, they were a scam caller for me yesterday on the potential fraud segments, but I think Toronto, this could be a very big victory for them. Again, like I said, the Roughnecks have started hot. I don't know why I can't speak. The Roughnecks have started very hot so far, and I think it could be fun if the Rock can get back on track. And more on the Rock later on the show. At 10 o'clock on Friday, why should you switch back and forth and stay up late on Friday? You got the Black Bears and the Warriors. Last week, I picked the Warriors to win against this very team, and they went 0 for 5 on the power play in Ottawa. So, let's invite the boys over to our barn in Vancouver, and let's see if the Warriors can smack them around the park. By the way, I'm going to talk to Pat Gregoire about this tomorrow. -1.5 is plus 124 on DraftKings. I'm just saying, a little sneak preview there. Alrighty. Now for Saturday. You got 2 kind of early games here. So why should you, after watching the previous games on Friday, stay up a game like Michael? I want to go out and go to a party. Dude, screw the party. This is the National Lacrosse League, baby. So you got the Colorado Mammoth at the Rochester Nighthawks. This game at 7 o'clock could be Colorado's defense versus Rochester's offense, or Colorado's offense versus Rochester's defense, or offense, defense. These 2 teams have found ways to win games both ways this year. She likes it all kind of ways with these 2 teams. So she's going to get what she wants when these two teams, I don't know what, I think the total is 24.5. What an incredible total that is for this game. But yeah, which way do you like it? I'm kidding. And finally, 8 o'clock on Saturday, the Albany Firewolves at the Saskatchewan Rush, who have amazing marketing, by the way. Remember, it seems like so long ago now. Saskatchewan beat this Albany team in Albany in overtime. So now, on a throwback night, which I'm sure Fresh Fits will be amazing for that, by the way, can the Rush sweep this Firewolves team? And if they do, I'm telling you, it's going to be tough for Albany. But Albany, by the way, they got revenge on their minds. And I don't know why. This team seems to piss off teams, even if it's like they're not even playing dirty. Teams don't like Albany sometimes, I've noticed in certain games. So can Albany muck it up and pull out their own victory in Saskatoon's barn? Also, Rush fans, please go to that game. I'm getting tired of seeing those attendance numbers. Unbelievable. Alrighty. When we come back to this awesome show, it's time to hold me accountable or make me look good. Old takes exposed, etc. We're going to look at my predictions from the season and how they're doing so far as we enter week 9. Don't go anywhere. I know you won't.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we have an audio-only podcast version of this show. If you search on Spotify the words Daily Dive. And I'll be honest, I've been lying to the viewers. I thought like we got 30 viewer hours or listener hours, and I looked at that's the last 30 days. Let's look at all time. We're over 50 hours of listener time, which is very humbling but also awesome at the same time. So thank you for listening to me speak, even when my microphone is off to start the show. I'm sure that was amazing to listen to in your car. But yeah, that's kind of fun. Alrighty. I'm going to show you the National Lacrosse League standings right now. I don't know why they show like the streak, because I think what matters is, for those of you that are listening, what matters in the unified standings is the point differential. So streak doesn't matter. But the NLL is hell-bent on showing this graphic. It's fine. It's whatever. So far, the Bandits and Wings both have 5 wins, but Wings, of course, have 2 losses to go along with that. You got Black Bears, Rush at 4 wins apiece. Roughnecks are at 3-2. So I guess I got that wrong. I thought they were 4-2. You know me. Swarm are 4-3. Mammoth are 4-3. And if the playoffs started today, the Warriors would be the 8th best team. Seals, Nighthawks, Thunderbirds, Desert Doggies, Firewolves, and Rock round out the have-nots. But let's hold me accountable for a minute. Let's see if these are cold takes by me or not. First of all, Producer Joe, step it up. I'm kidding. No. This was the graphic we showed you. A lot of words. As we were going through the hype up month, preseason, etc. And these were my rankings. I'll be honest. I have the Rock finishing 15-2. That's disgusting right about now, considering they're already 1-5, despite, like I said, getting the win last weekend. But for the listener's sake, I'm gonna talk about this. What my preseason predictions were. I got Rock, Bandits, Firewolves, Mammoth, Seals, Rush, Black Bears. And Nighthawks. Those are my top 8. And like I said, so right now I believe the Warriors are in there. Yeah, Warriors are in there, and they were out for me. Swarm are in there, they were out for me despite losing 3 straight, by the way. Wings are in there, they were out for me. So that's 3 teams I missed, obviously, into the top 8 if the season ended today. Thankfully, it doesn't. I got asked, though, a few weeks ago, probably over a month now, to release these documents. And I don't know if I'll ever do that, honestly, but let's look at going into week 9, how I had these teams' records. Just so you know, because obviously on the screen is where I have them finishing, but how do I have them at this point in the season? I have the Rock at 6-0. That is hysterical at this point. I had the Roughnecks at 0-5. That's completely off. You also have the Black Bears and the Warriors. I had 2-5 Black Bears, 3-4 Warriors. I don't mind. I think Warriors, I'm pretty much spot on. They kind of win every other game, which is 3-4 isn't bad. Black Bears been kind of down on them early. I thought they would start slower. They have not. I had the Mammoth at 6-2. That's not too bad right now. I had Nighthawks at 4-5. That's what was that? The Nighthawks currently 3-5. So shoot me. And then of course, I had Firewolves at 5-3. That's not happening. I had the Rush at 4-3, and right now the Rush are 4-2. So yeah, there is a few discrepancies on there. There's obviously, like I said, there's 3 teams I did not get right so far, which is Vancouver, Georgia, and Philadelphia. But I'll be honest, I like my chances with Vancouver and Georgia right now. Vancouver might make it anyways, even though I had them barely missing. Georgia, the way they're looking the last 3 games, they might fall out of place, but we'll see how that works out. Toronto's going to be a pain in the butt, especially when we talk about that in the next segment. Then, of course, you got the Firewolves, so a brutal schedule coming up. They're not going to make the 3 seed, but if they even come close to that, they should probably start winning very quickly, including this week against the Rush. I don't mind having the Rush at 6 right now. I think Black Bears will fall off, so I'm not too mad at that. I think I did okay. Producer Joe did have Ottawa, so shout out to him. He did have a healthy Rock team lower. Yeah, so I mean, that's how we look right now. Again, I'm not afraid to look back and say, man, that was stupid, or man, that was pretty good. Either or. Let's compare yours. If you did do a preseason prediction thing, I know Buffalo Sports Collective does it, and I know a few others do. How are you looking right now? I'm just curious what the discussions look like around the National Lacrosse League, and what are you most proud of, and what are you like, dang, I wish I would have seen that coming, kind of thing. We'll see. We come back, though. Let's wrap it up. talking about the Toronto Rock because it's not good. After the latest news on Mark Matthews, courtesy of owner Jamie Dowick, via Lacrosse Classified Podcast. We'll wrap it up next and talk about if the Rock have any hope for the rest of the season. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME gets you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show. America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
What up, everybody? It's producer Joe, the baddest daddy in producing history, here to tell you all about the baddest, daddiest merch store. Go to the link tree in the bios of either our IG or Twitter, and from there you can access merch for the only Monday through Friday live lacrosse talk show on the internet. I repeat, the only Monday through Friday live lacrosse talk show on the internet. We got hoodies for when your girl comes over and wants to cuddle. Just don't let her take it when she leaves. How about a baddest daddy cap for when you lie about how much you hate Mike in this show, but you're still here? We've got beanies so you can do that in the cold too. Guys, what's going to happen when all these moms see you dropping your kid off at practice in this thing? Want to sip like a daddy and feel like a baddie? Check out that mug. 6-time NLL champ Johnny T and savior of my Buffalo sports childhood knows what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm really going to need you to start buying shit because I'm getting sick of doing Instacart. But yeah, go check it out so you can start repping and supporting the brand. Producer Daddy out.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When today's show ends and you are getting your tickets for the next game, be sure to buy them for less at tickets.12sports.com. That's tickets.numbers12ozsports.com. You will not regret seeing things live, knowing, got these things for a great price. I want to ask producer Joe before we get started on this next segment to keep the news ticker on the bottom of the screen right now, because I thought we mentioned that Wings defender Scott Dominy is out for the season with a torn ACL suffered against the Warriors on Monday. So that was tough news for them. He was looking good. Again, he's always a good player, and tough break for the Wings. And by the way, if you look at the video, I'm not sure when it exactly happened, but there might be a few Rabbit fans that say, "Oh, Owen Grant pushed him." It looked like his knee gave out before then, but I'm no doctor. Just that's how it looked to me. Also, Adam Levy posted this. I thought I'd get into. I wasn't even going to put on the tickers, so I didn't think about it before the show started. Remember when Tyson Bell was supposed to go to Denver County Court yesterday? Well, according to the county court records, Tyson Bell's case now has a disposition/reset date on the morning of February 18th. So don't you just love the court and the judicial system? It's just great. And now let's get into this. It's the Toronto Rock. Because obviously, as you see across the screen as well, Jamie Dowick, the Rock owner, is very vocal all the time. Says Mark Matthews after the season. This, of course, was via Lacrosse Classified with Jake Elliott and friends. Also, I just want to mention NLL memes. For those of you waiting for memes, it's not going to happen today. They didn't post it until when the show started, so it sucks, but that's why we can move on with our other scheduled programming. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Another one bites at us. Oh! Okay, so you'll notice Mark Matthews' caricature right there in the middle of it. I forgot who sings that song, by the way, regardless of that. Toronto Rock are... Their latest injury bug, like I said, has got the Mark Matthews. He's out for the season, and that's a tough look. And as you know, I had them at preseason number 1. I still keep on defending this team, even though this Toronto team was 0-5 to start the season. So my thing is, it does not say Queen, but okay. Okay, so producer Joe is mad at me behind the scenes. The Queen sings the song. Queen. Okay. Regardless of that, let's move on to this show. So, as I mentioned before, the Toronto Rock have got themselves an issue here with the injury bug. I like this team. I wish they would do better, but they're 0-5. They won their last game without Mark Matthews. And I'm going to be honest, folks. I'm not convinced it's a major blow as much as we once thought it was. Yeah, it's Mark freaking Matthews, and I understand that. But I'm actually going to give The Rock a little bit of credit here. Mark Matthews, in 4 games this season, he played the first 4 games of the year, had 11 assists, which is still actually leading the team, but only had 11 loose balls. Also had 10 turnovers to go along with those 11 assists, which kind of like, evens itself out there. And he only took 28 shots on goal. How many goals did he have? Oh, 1. I don't know if you remember this, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't think The Rock looked good at all until Challen Rogers came back. That was the Bandits game. Then, of course, the last game The Rock played, they beat the Rush as Tom Schreiber returned. Again, I'm not saying Mark Matthews is not a good player, but at 34 with an injury now, and the way this team has looked so far, it's really not the worst thing. It's a terrible injury because obviously the more ammo, the better. But Chris Boucher has got 22 points. Corey Small's got 11. Rookie Brian Cameron has 10. Challen Rogers has 9 points in 2 games. Tom Schreiber's got 8 points in 2 games. And then it's like, the owner's son, Josh Dowick, is second on the team in points with 21. You're telling me The Rock may not even need Mark Matthews? It's kind of like, how do I put this? It's kind of like when you insert let's say the Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie thing in Brooklyn. It's really interesting when there's only one lacrosse ball to go around. Patrick Roy said it's a massive loss, but he was playing incredibly hurt. He could hardly lift his shoulder, never mind shoot the ball. Ryan Calder shut him down for the year and get healthy. And hey, there you go. That's why he was struggling. So again, instead of having the ball rest in his stick, if there's only one lacrosse ball to go around, I'm not mad at feeding Chris Boucher and Josh Dowick and Challen Rogers and Tom Schreiber and Brian Cameron, the whole crew. This team is low-key kind of stacked on offense. They just haven't had the wins to show for it yet. But for those people that counted out The Rock early, I think when we revisit this in 4 or 5 weeks, it's going to look better. There's going to be a lot more hope. I don't know if they get over the Bandits. I don't think anyone gets over the Buffalo Bandits. But I do think this could have been a lot worse. And as Pat Gregoire said, it's not even the fact that he's older, it's the fact that he was already hurt with a shoulder injury. So it's like, I think he'll be fine. But for now, why rely? It's almost like a blessing and a curse. Like, it's such a good thing to have to shut him down, especially when other guys like Josh Dowick and Brian Cameron are stepping up. It's not a bad problem to have. Hey, if we can make the playoffs this year, like Tom Schreiber said via the social media team, how will I respond to 0-5? How will my kids see me respond if they make the playoffs, fall short, next year, Mark Matthews comes back fully healthy? I like the Rock's chances, even though this year I look stupid. This Rock team isn't too bad. As for Nick Rose, I just thought I'd touch on him as well. He is only at a 76.6 save percentage. That's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it, period. End of story. If Nick Rose can stop outside shots early in games, if the Rock can keep the level of health they have now and even improve on it in the next 5 to 10 weeks, the Rock could be a dangerous first-round playoff club. Again, I don't know how far they go. Maybe we'll do a Toronto Rock ceiling one of these days. But for now, Nick Rose and the balance on offense, we'll see what happens. But I like the Rock's chances. I'm still buying in. I rag on the Ontario media sometimes. I'm not mad, though. I think Rock will be fine. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks so much for watching today's show. By the way, again, memes would have been fun, but I feel like, it's good to discuss relevant news. And obviously, our thoughts go out to Scott Dominey, Mark Matthews, who are obviously out for the season. This is tough when you're already playing this game, working probably a Monday to Friday, and now you get hurt playing the game. It's not a fun look. But yeah, shout out to those guys for helping grow the game regardless. Thank you for watching this awesome show. Yeah, if they posted Producer Joe, yeah, memes tomorrow. I hope so. But thanks for watching. Reminder, you are the bread. You are the butter. You are the Doritos crunching under my shoes, because that's what snow sounds like to me. You'll possibly see that later. For everyone that comes on the show as a guest, thank you so much for joining us as always, including Adam and Pat and those to come and those in the past. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing your audience and platform with us, giving us validity and relevance. For Bigo, who's always dialing it up on social media on time and on target, and of course, the baddest daddy in producing history, Producer Joe, I'm your host, Mike, saying have a great rest of your day. Be sure to follow us on social media at Daily Dive LAX, where you can find all of our great social medias. This has been Daily Dive. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 on Sports.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.